war. We are currently fighting to save our slave. Or in the thoughts of some states' rights. Right now, we have a quick report from the agent Busha, who's on the field with the crazy Yankee Abe Lincoln.
And the question would be, well, I am of the opinion that I wish it hadn't started, but once it started, I was going to do everything I could do to make sure that we were successful, as with any president.
She's doing great. She's doing great.
Well, here's the difficulty. Slavery is protected by the Constitution. And until they move to the country, this is the point that we can change the Constitution, which I think is beginning to happen. We'll have to live with that stigma as far as I'm concerned. But I think, in fairness to the founders, they did the best they could. Obviously, the question of slavery was there here, so they compromised, which I think is basically how democracy works. But I think when the American people realized the injustice of slavery, not only just from a moral point of view, but even economically or even politically, I see the time that we'll probably pass an amendment to the Constitution that will basically abolish slavery. But that's going to have to change the hearts and minds of men, not just the law. You can change the law anytime. You have to make the people's hearts and minds realize that that's the best thing.
So do you think that the Southerners will eventually come to terms with that?
Well, I think that it's a very small minority of them who got us into this rebellion. I think most Southerners are just as loyal Americans as are the Northerners. It's just that the abolitionists of the North and the pioneers of the South have gotten us to the point that we couldn't resolve our differences by compromise. They picked up arms against us. Believe me, I do not like war. I don't think any president would start a war. But you attack my nation, as long as I'm the president, you will not get away with it. And I think that's the simple duty of the president. You can't let the nation be destroyed, even from within. I would certainly wish the war didn't start, but I will do what I can to make sure that it's over as soon as possible.
Well, we're glad to have very strong leaders.
Well, I'm only as strong as the American people. It's the will of the people I'm fighting. I'm their servant, I'm their master. The American people are the real masters of this nation, as they should be. Well, thank you very much, and I hope someday ladies get the right to vote.
Now on to the agent Rupenhauser with the weather. Thank you, Alex. Go Confederates! On to our weather. On Tuesday, we're gonna have a high 72, a low 68. It's gonna be pretty sunny. On Wednesday, we're gonna have a high 65, low 60, partly cloudy. And on Thursday, high Confederacy, low north. It's raining bullets.
Now we have a special for you called Life During the War. Agent Fusha is presenting this special to you.
Good afternoon, General Roxbury.
Nice to meet you. You are?
Lieutenant, fine.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
Lieutenant Alex.
Welcome. Alright, I'm here to talk to you about the war, of course, and the battles that are going to be upcoming. What do you think about them? Are you excited? Has your morale been boosted by all your other...
I'm pumped.
Oh,
Pumped for war.
are you really?
Love war. Trying to beat those Union. Who do you think they are? I don't know. I want the slaves. Yeah, slaves are great. That's why we're doing this. Slaves.
Oh, so that's what this whole war is about?
Most of it. Well, other people say it's not, but honestly, we just try to hide the politics behind it. But really, it's all about slaves. I don't want to. Yeah. What do you think about that, Lieutenant Alex?
Yeah.
Most slaves. He's a man of few words. Yeah. So we like doing slave things, picking cotton. Yep.
Have you heard about, other soldiers fighting their brothers in the north? Do you think that's going to be going on? Do you have any relatives?
I'm an only child.
I honestly don't care if my brother gets shot at because he thinks slaves are bad people and slaves are nothing.
Stupid Yankees.
Yeah, what does he think? Slaves are just
actually killed my brother before the war started.
Thought you were only child.
I am now. We had a plantation, and we had slaves, and he was the black sheep of the family. So as opposed to enslaving him, he just wound up getting killed because he wasn't agreeing with having Miss Marriott take care of his dishes and chores. So he was doing lady work all the time. He was doing all that. And, took him downstairs, said it was an accident. Slam.
So, do you have a positive outlook for this whole war here?
Positive outlook.
I really think about it. I'm not really. Well, it's just war.
Fighting to defend the South mostly. You know, we die.
Motherland.
If we die, we die for good cause. You guys.
Yeah, at least we're not, dying under Union soil.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Lieutenant? Alex?
Yeah.
Man, a few words.
One parting question, Bob.
Yeah.
Have you ever personally beaten a slave?
Every day. That's how I got in shape for this war beforehand. Yeah. I actually, in one battle, we ran out of ammo, and I had to resort to picking up the limb of a fallen soldier, and I proceeded to beat other people with it. I'm in good shape though, because of this. How about you? Any personal experience with beating slaves?
Yes, I can say I have. Not every day. Mostly when they're lollygagging in cotton fields. I kind of give them a good smack or two. Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
Well, just things I have to do. Yeah, that's about it. Just when I'm not doing good.
Lieutenant Alex here, actually, I invited him over one time. We had slaves were acting up. I'm like, I'm gonna call Lieutenant Alex. So I sent a pigeon over there with a letter tied around his wrist thing or whatever. And he came storming by on horseback, and we got the whips, and we just started flogging all of them.
Men, if you were great strength. All right, men. Thank you very much. Good luck to you. Okay. To the upcoming battles and more. Maybe we'll hear from you later.
It is now time for our weekly recap of the battle. We have Bull Run, which occurred on July 21st, 1861.
The First Battle of Bull Run, also called the Battle of Manassas, brought about 30,000 inexperienced Union soldiers together with an equally unprepared Confederate army near the little creek of Bull Run, which was only 25 miles away from Washington, D.C. The Union Army was led by General Irvin McDowell, and the Confederacy was led by General Thomas J. Jackson, otherwise known as Stonewall Jackson. The North and South each had their share of gains and losses in the battle, but in the end, the Confederate Army had turned the Battle of Bull Run into the first victory for the South.
I guess the real important battle that I thought would be First Bull Run, First Battle of Manassas. I arrived on the field, it was approximately 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the Confederacy was already being driven back. When we arrived, we basically, I informed General B that I am on the field, and basically I told him to line up the 16th, 22nd, the 1st Virginia, fill in all the cracks from all the hits that they were taking, and from there we charged. We took the Union and pushed them back. Took all the civilians, pushed them back. It was a great victory.
So were you proud of how your soldiers did?
Absolutely, very proud of them. They were actually, at that time, starved the most. We didn't have enough food to even feed that army, but still pressed on them and they did a very good job. They also made the Union know that we're basically here for a reason. We're not going to lay down. So we did push them back. Very much so. Thanks. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Next is a recap of the Battle of Gettysburg of July 3rd, 1863.
The Battle of Gettysburg, which took place in Pennsylvania and lasted for 3 days, was considered by many to be the turning point of the war, because the South sustained such great losses that General Lee would not be able to possess enough forces to invade a Union state. Union forces were led by General George Meade, and Confederate troops were under the command of General Robert E. Lee. By the end of the 3-day battle, 23,000 Yankees and 28,000 Confederates were either killed or wounded.
General Thomas Rosser, head of the Laurel Brigade, serving under General Stewart. You want to hear about a battle?
Yes.
Probably the most impressive one was Gettysburg. My old friend George Custer had a lot to do with the Union victory there. We had planned to combine with General Pickett during Pickett's charge, come around behind the Union lines with our cavalry under General Stewart. We had almost 7,000 cavalry there.
So which one?
And as Pickett would hit from the center line, we would come up from behind and roll up the lines. General Custer met us on the East Cavalry Field. As we moved out, he had stayed there with his brigade. He was a new brigadier general at the time, actually. And he organized a charge. He had only about 1,200 men on him at the time. We had 7,000, but he hit us right in the center of our lines, at full speed. When he hit with his men, horses and men flew through the air. It was just, horses and men were crushed. And it split us like a wedge. And in the meantime, other Union cavalry had reformed and they hit us from the sides. We fought them to a draw, but we did not get to our objective, which was hitting the rear of the Union line. So that was a big reason that the attack failed that day.
So what would you say your biggest obstacle was in that battle?
Custer, without a doubt. Custer. If he hadn't been there, I think we would have been successful. He was the only Union cavalry general that I know of that would have led a charge like that. And his men would follow. The rest of the Union cavalry was not as advanced. We had the best cavalry in the world. But the Union cavalry had advanced, and when they got Custer, they proved to be our equal at times.
Well, I'm sure it must have been a great learning experience.
Well, yes, I had 2 more run-ins with him during the war. Battle of Winchester, we were successful there, and I actually captured Custer's wagon, his personal baggage. Got his uniforms and letters from his wife, which I had printed in the Richmond paper. He got in trouble from his wife on that. He told her that she would have to tone down her letters. They were quite racy. And later on, he defeated our forces, captured my wagon, got my dress uniforms, actually wore them around in his camp, I heard.
Well, thank you for
You're quite welcome there. You're welcome. My pleasure.
Go Confederates. This just in, we have just learned of a new battle being fought from Mississippi. Sources have let us know that this is part of the ongoing siege at Vicksburg, which has been taking place since April of 1863. Today's battle on July 4th of 1863 may be the one to finish off the siege, but hopefully our good old southern town holds up.
Looks like he's getting ready. What is going on?
That circle thing.
So oh, look at the smoke ring. Neat. I can't even see what I'm filming. Oh, they're gonna do it again.
Oh,
Dude, that scared the crap.
Dude, I love it. I love it.
not ready for that, my ears. Oh.
They're gonna friggin'
There's a baby over there. As you're
my ears are starting to hurt.
They're shooting babies? Is that what you said?
No.
Oh my god.
I hope they just hurry up because this. God, it's
There was a baby
frightening.
over there and you're not covering the baby's ears.
Nice. Woo! God, they always do that. They followed up with like 6 extra don't know. Yeah? They just keep firing, dude. I'm recording this.
What?
That's so scary.
Shoot it.
Are we gonna start smoke over here? Look at this smoke ring. This is quite an intense battle. I can't hear on my right ear. I'm tired. We're going again, dude. Waz, have you had your ears open? Oh, my arms. They're going again. Anyone die yet? How do you zoom?
You can't zoom while you're recording.
Are they dying? Hey, Waz, tell me.
Just out.
Oh, she died. She just got shot. Tell me this. She got shot. Why did they kill her?
No, she was deserting.
What?
Deserting.
Smell like sulfur.
Go Confederates. Alright, my devoted listener, it seems that is all the time we have for today's report. I, Agent Alex, personally hope that you will be able to join us next time on CCWN. And remember, support your fellow Confederates. Goodbye and good night. Go Confederates.
Oh, it will hit the back of my gums.
I don't know. Come on, Alex. Cut. Cut.
Nice to meet you. Now I'm here to talk to you about the war, to see what you think about the life of the war, what's going on, if it's hard. Okay, tell me about this camp.
Our camps. Oh, don't know. What is that? We didn't even study that.
I want to grab the hat.
Yeah, of course we need to get in here.